Hi, I'm Kay. Me and Ann are about to discuss if we think LP, Labour Party supporters in this election cycle 2022 were bullies. Please, before we go any further, please listen to understand and not to respond. And, just remember that all these are personal opinions. Feel free to, share how you feel about what we say and share your own opinions as well in the comment section after you listened. Do I think LP fans were bullies? Yes. Not consciously. Subconsciously, they became what they were kind of fighting against. I understand the will of the people. Some people have been through so much that when they feel that they know what is right, they will go at nothing to support it and put it in place. And then that sometimes leads you to even do the wrong things. Now, I know people will say, oh, were they the ones that were Agbero and this and that? No, no, no. Agbero were in the picture before LP. If you tell me the day you show me one election that there was not corruption or Agberos roaming the streets, that's the day I'll retire from this. It's almost inevitable, at least for now, sadly to say. So it was normal, but what wasn't normal this election was the movement of the Labour Party, and I dare say almost in almost every state. But what happened even before the election day was that people of other parties could not even speak. You would see all types of threats. If somebody says why they support Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the first thing they would do. I've seen so many. I don't want to mention names where other bigger celebrities were mentioning. Somebody will say Tinubu, and then you would see the anger in some of the faces of some of these people. They almost didn't let people say their reasons of why they were even in support of APC. The first thing we hear is, "Oh, you're a traitor, end SARS. Don't you know what Tinubu did?" Blah 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 blah. I'm like, at least hear me. And the movement. I know the intentions were good, but they almost became cyber bullies to some extent, to where even people with other opinions were not allowed to speak. Even though Agberos, the videos, they were controlling most of the media. So the videos of the ones that you would see were places where people that were, in support of LP you would see. But there are places, those same places, there are people that I can guarantee there are people that actually voted for Tinubu. And I feel that that's what even cost them the election, was because the people who they couldn't speak were probably even more than the people that were shouting LP, LP, LP. But because they were bullied into silence, they just went and did their thing and went home, JJ. You know what I mean? And I think that kind of even also worked against Labour Party. No doubt it's a movement, but I think it kind of made them a bully, at, subconsciously, not by choice. The intentions were good, but sometimes just to try and achieve. And there are so many more, but I don't want to, we are trying to make this not too long for people to listen. And I want you to drop your own 2 piece because, I mean, that's why I say people listen to understand, because when they hear bullying now, they just assume, oh, they will attack me too. But I know so many of my friends that I didn't even tell them. I just kept quiet. I didn't, because I'm like, the same friend that claimed they love me. Oh, I love you. You're the best thing that happened to me. I would see them without them knowing who I was supporting. I would see them also post, if you are an APC fan, you are a traitor, you should die. I'm like, does this friend that says she loves me just know that she just told me that I should die? So I kind of see how it turned a lot of good-hearted people uh, uh, into monsters, for lack of a better word. You know what I mean? So I just felt, and I feel moving forward, and then let me add this, not to make this too long, or maybe we'll make this another video of how, or no, we can discuss it too, how it kind of affected some people, because the movement was so strong and got so blinded that it even affected people like Banky W. People were just LP, that they even started voting for people. We are forgetting that politicians are politicians regardless of party. And then some people went and voted LP they didn't know, and Banky W lost his seat. And I guess one of these comedians kind of pointed it out, that you people were so blinded with the LP movement that you were even going against some people that had the best of intentions. I bet whoever was in the LP party against Banky Wellington, Banky W. I guess if you ask those people who voted LP, they can't probably even tell you the name of who they voted for. That's the sad part of why I felt, they kind of became bully, but the intentions were good. But sometimes you get so carried away in what you want to do that it kind of backfires. But that's how I felt. How do you feel? What do you think? Do you think they were bullies, or do you think it was is a lack for a better word? There's a better word to describe that LP movement in this election.
All right, guys. My name is N, and I welcome you to my own divide of this argument. So the question is, if LP supporters are bullies, are obedient bullies? Well, I do not think so. I would not use that label, bullies, for what LP supporters represent. Instead, I would regard them as people who are passionate about the new Nigeria. And we should understand something about when people have a passion for a particular thing. You see, especially a passion for change. Sometimes it might come across as bullying, but if you look at it critically, you will see that it's all about the passion. And we should understand that the degree of a particular passion you have for something is directly proportional to what you intend to change. Take, for example, if the rot in a system is about 50%, you will need about 60 to 70% passion, to stand against it. And then if you have a rot in Nigeria like 90%, you would almost need over 100% passion to get rid of, the rot. And I think that's exactly what we see come out of LP supporters or obedient people. Nigeria is going down the drain, and Nigeria needs to be saved. And you can't save Nigeria by just, sitting and speaking nicely. No, it doesn't happen like that. So I don't want us to refer to them as bullies. I think that's not fair. As a matter of fact, we all had our own fair shares of this bullying from opposing ends. Even people who support Peter Obi get bullied at some point, if we have to use that word bully. But then I don't like making a fuss about how people react to us because of what we stand for or who we support. Because if we really need to go there, then there are other incidents. There are so many incidences where people had come against Peter Obi supporters simply because they are supporting Peter Obi. Typical example is one of the celebrities, Macaroni. We know how people have come against him, members of his kinsmen coming against him simply because he supports Peter Obi. That's the only offense he has committed. So if we're talking about bully, if we're looking for those who are real bullies, I think the real bullies are even the ones who threaten that people shouldn't come out for elections if they are not voting their parties. Those are the real bullies. If we're looking for the real bullies, we should be looking at the Nigerian police, who would come to tell us that those who threatened were just joking, even when we know that these their threats, were manifested on the days of elections. So if we're looking for the real bullies, we should be looking at the Nigerian police. We should be looking at these thugs that were unleashed on electorates. We should be looking at the likes of Sam Omeshere, who labeled a living person obituary. Those are the real bullies, but nobody seems to be talking about that. Everybody is easily agitated when, an obedient, a supporter of P2B, speaks against other opponents or other presidential candidates. So I think we should be looking at the real bullies and not focus on supporters of Obi. Like I said before, if a system is so rotten, you will need something higher than that rot to change it. Yes, it is given. We know that some persons might have gone overboard, and not just only the supporters of Obi. Supporters of other candidates too had gone overboard in some cases. So I don't think we should make so much fuss about whether anybody is a bully or not. I think we should concentrate on the fact that these people are standing for what they think is right. And if anybody feels bullied, or when we talk about bullies, is it what we see online when the Nigerians actually start complaining of cyberbullying like we've never been seeing it before? During the time of Jonathan, we know the manner of things that people put out there, but did anybody complain of bullying? We know the kind of names Jonathan was called at that time. Did he complain about bullying? Why is it that this time, simply because a particular party is now on the receiving end, they are the ones crying foul? So, guys, thank you very much for listening. I'm sure some of us might disagree with what I said or with what Kay has said. We would like to hear your own version of this narrative. Hit the comment section and tell us what you think. Do you think LP supporters or the obedient people are bullies, or do you think otherwise? We would like to hear from you. Hit the comment section. Thank you for listening.